Welcome back, everybody, to the Tires and Podcast on YouTube and 89.5. Today it's just me and Derian. Today, Cole's missing us. He's MIA. No, I'm just kidding. Got some stuff to handle, but we've got a special guest coming on in about a few minutes after we do this first sports segment. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and keep watching.
Yeah, we got a lot of sports to talk about today, David.
We do.
You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. Clemson football, wasn't the best performance, but a win's a win as always. MLB playoffs are getting going. And most importantly, the NBA is starting back up.
Very pumped about that.
There's a lot of great things that are happening. So going into it, we're going to use a will this time. I think we're going to change it up just a little bit. So we talk about random topics at random moments.
Just so we don't have to stay on a strict schedule. But let's get in straight in. Jeez.
Yeah, you're struggling over there.
Let's get straight into it. All right, let's see what
the first will is going to be. I like the little sound. That sounds a little.
I think it cheers whenever we. Oh.
And we're starting with the best topic, college football. Yeah, go ahead, cheer for that. Yep. Anyways, college football this weekend, all right, was great football in general. Now, David, talk a little bit about Miami, Ohio's environment real quick.
Yeah.
Well, talk about why you were in Miami, Ohio first off.
I went to Miami, Ohio to take pictures and videos for their football team. I got to meet a few players. Well, most of the wide receivers. It was for the wide receivers. I have a relation with the wide receiver coach, so he kind of got me into where I could have that opportunity. I met a player for the Bears, actually. He used to play for them. And Jackson Williamson was actually his QB.
Really?
Pretty cool, yeah. His name was Dominic Robinson, I want to say. Dominic, I don't want to say the wrong name. But anyways, the environment was actually pretty cool. I posted a little video, and it didn't seem like that anyone was in the stands. It was because it was in.
You kind of trolled them a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's all right.
And after you told me afterwards, I was like, dang, it did look like they didn't have any fans in the stands. Yeah. But that was because it was like pre-warm up. Like they didn't even have their uniforms on or anything like that. So it was just there was no one in there. But the environment was actually pretty good. I had a good time. It was my first time in Ohio. It's very hilly. Have you been on a roller coaster road in Clemson?
Yeah.
It's just like that, like everywhere you go.
Wow.
It's kind of sick, like messes up your stomach. But, yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Well, talking about college football, Louisville smacked Notre Dame.
They did.
Smacked Notre Dame. And not only did they smack them, like, it was an embarrassment, all right? They won 33-20. Notre Dame has now 2 losses out of college football playoff for the time. I mean, they can't make the college football playoff no more. There's no way.
That's insane.
That's insane to say that?
No.
That they can't make it. I was about to say. Yeah. I mean, I'll talk about it in a minute why I think they could still make it. But for everybody, the percentage is probably 0% for most people. Louisville might be legit. What do you think about Louisville?
I think their defense is top tier. I think defense wins championships, and I think that's what they're doing. Right here it says the Cardinals' defense held the Irish to just 44 yards on the ground and forced 5 turnovers led by Devin Neal with 2 interceptions, which is, yeah. I mean, it's a good stat, but I didn't get to, sit down and watch the game, but, I mean, from what I'm looking at, I guess, Louisville might be the truth for real.
Do you would say the craziest thing about Louisville, in my opinion, is the fact, let's look at their schedule here, all right, if it'll load for me. So, Louisville absolutely plays nobody for the rest of the year. Absolutely nobody.
Who's their upcoming?
So, they have Pitt. They play Duke at home. Duke is going to be missing Riley Leonard in this game.
Oh.
Virginia Tech, horrible. Virginia Tech's horrible. Virginia, who's even worse than Virginia Tech. At Miami, Kentucky. Louisville can run this table. Louisville can be undefeated and make the college football playoff.
You think that'll happen?
That's I ain't going to say it's going to happen, but they very well could.
Would you like to see that happen?
Oh, yeah. First-year head coach Jeff Brom, or whatever his name is, that's be dope.
That would be dope. First year?
Yeah, it's his first year here. He's from Purdue, which is insane. To think about that Louisville, who would probably pick last, could make the college football playoff is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, make the last win the ACC, not college football playoff, win the ACC. That's insane. It's nuts.
Props to them. Looks like they've been doing their thing.
Yeah. Colorado, David's favorite team, still sucks. Hate to everybody. But Colorado did win. They won.
They won by a field goal.
27. Oh, what is this tweet down here you got, David?
So I was just going through tweets last night and all this other stuff, and I see someone says, "Why does everyone expect this team to blow out wins? How are they chanting overrated to a 1-11 team last year that's building a new winning pedigree?" Which is completely understandable. Like, exactly. You can't be saying. I mean, I understand why you're saying overrated because of Deion hype and all this other stuff like that, but they're not an overrated team. Their team is good, and they're playing how they want to play, except the losses, but. Regardless, although they won by a field goal, I mean, I think the other team played good.
Do you think Colorado's not overrated? Like, because the reason people probably say they're overrated is because everyone keeps talking about them in social media.
Exactly. So they've got a lot of media attention on them. So of course people are going to say they're overrated. But like, although Colorado brings that to themselves, like they like that attention. I don't think as a team. I mean, I don't know. They might be a little overrated, but I mean, I hate to say it.
Did you see what a kicker said after he got iced?
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, let's listen to that.
They tried to ice him.
Talk about that real quick.
I believe they tried to ice him.
Yep.
And the interview, they were like, yeah, the team tried to ice you. He was like, I got ice in my veins. You can't ice iced or something.
Yeah, you can't ice someone who already has ice in their veins.
Yeah.
Yeah, arrogant. So Deion's teaching an arrogant program. That's all I'm saying.
He might be. Because you don't really see kickers talking trash like that.
He's teaching an arrogant program.
But I mean, what's wrong with that? It's not arrogant. It's more like a prideful, confident team. That's what he's building.
That's not being prideful. That's being arrogant. I can't wait to see him miss a field goal. I can't wait to game-winning field goal.
See, why do people wish people's downfall?
I'm not wishing his downfall, but you can't go out there and be arrogant that way and expect for people to like you. What?
Derian just said he's not wishing his downfall, although he just said, I cannot wait to see him miss a field goal.
Let me tell you back. I can't wait for him to. I'm not wishing this on him, but I can't wait for it to happen because
he had ice in his veins.
Because dude, that was arrogant. No kicker in the world has ever said that.
It's sports. It's a sports world. You can talk ever much trash as you want to, as long as if you're making it, then yeah, do what you want to do.
Did they not play? Who did they play? Arizona State, right?
Yeah.
And they won by 3.
Yeah. I know.
We
don't have to talk about that, but I mean, how about Oklahoma though?
Yeah. Go ahead, and move on to Oklahoma.
This man is doing his thing down there.
Brent Venables' biggest turnaround in college football by far.
Doing his thing.
Went 6-7 last year. Did make a bowl game, lost to Florida State. I mean, this team is back.
Let me read these tweets. One said, when was the last time we had a defense that could get a goal line stand? OU is back on defense. 3 turnovers. Well, we are back. Someone said Oklahoma is back at the forefront of college football. You agree with that?
What do you mean by that? Like, what do you?
Back at the top.
They're probably second in the country. I think the second best team in the country right now.
Someone else said, what can be said? Venables is doing exactly what we hoped for. Gabriel has been outstanding. This team is legit, which I completely agree with. I think Venables is doing a great job up there.
So where do you have them at?
Out of all college football?
Yeah. If it's not you, I mean, you got to
put them at 2. Yeah.
I mean, Michigan's probably 1, in my opinion. It goes Michigan and Oklahoma right now.
Okay. I can see why you say that.
I saw this clip in a podcast, and I don't know who it was. Can't give credit to who it was because I don't remember who it was. But listen to this, David. All right? Mm-hmm. He said Georgia is the most overrated team, overrated college football champions in the past 2 years. Huh?
In the past 2 years?
Yeah, like how they won back-to-back. He said they're overrated, really overrated.
How can you... You can't say that if you won back-to-back.
I'll tell you his reasonings.
Yeah,
his reasonings, Alabama lost their 2 best receivers in the national championship game. Mm-hmm. And then Ohio State, Marvin Harrison goes down, and they missed a kick to win the game. He said they're overrated. What do you have? You have anything to say about that? Because I did not think about it, all right, until now.
Personally,
that's low-key a very fair statement.
It is fair to say that, but...
They still won the game, though.
If you're winning, you can't say you're overrated.
How many games did they win in a row? 27, 28?
The streak was insane.
Yeah.
But as much talk people would talk about any team, if they're winning, you can't say anything about them. Although as much as you would love to talk trash about Georgia and say Georgia's overrated and all this other stuff, you can't. Back then, past 2 years, you really can't. But I mean, it's good reasoning to think that though.
Now, talking about Oklahoma still, real quick. Oklahoma plays UCF, They play at Kansas, and I think that should be College game day. I'm just saying. I think Kansas is really good this year if they can get their quarterback healthy. And they just whooped up on UCF this past weekend.
Did they?
Yeah, and then they play Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is horrible. West Virginia is actually 4-1 somehow. I don't really know how. BYU is always good. BYU is always good. And they play TCU. Oklahoma could be 12-0 and play Texas again in the Big 12 championship.
I think they will. Oklahoma's number 1 in Big 10, right?
Big 12?
Big 12.
Yep, right now because they beat Texas.
Who else?
Who else is good in the Big 12?
Yeah.
Texas.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know who else will be good in the Big 12. I think all the good teams are really down this year. Kansas is good. But other than that, that's it. You want to do the pick'ems already?
Sure. No, I mean, you want to talk about Texas A&M?
Oh, I forgot about A&M. My bad. Alabama. I forgot about Alabama A&M. My bad. Do you think that Jimbo Fisher should be out of a job right now?
No, not out of a job. No, I think he could be somewhere else, maybe with like a high school football team, but not out of a job. Like we can't throw him out of a job yet. Nah.
So you say he should be fired? That's what you're saying.
He shouldn't be fired. No.
Because you got to think, he beat Bama last year, lost by 6. If the dude does not bobble that ball for the first down to end the game, they have a chance with like a minute and 20 left to go win the game. That's all I'm saying. So I think that A&M could have won that game.
So you just gonna throw it on the coach?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
You mean by throwing them being horrible on the coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole team in general. The whole team. They lost by 6 to Alabama, so you just throw it all on the coach.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm saying Jimbo Fisher was brought to A&M to win, not to lose by 6.
I got you. Yeah.
And he bought all his players, so he might as well go ahead and win with them.
All right.
If you're gonna buy all your players, you might as well win with them.
It's true.
Also, Mark Stoops said that this weekend too in an interview. Mark Stoops said Georgia bought all their players, so no wonder why they're good. Yeah, and Kirby said no comment back to that. So
that's tragic.
But yeah, so you want to spin the wheel again, David?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go. Well, college football should have been taken off, but hopefully don't go again. Go Clemson.
Clemson football.
Yeah, let's talk about this for a second.
Ooh, wee.
Go ahead, start.
Yay.
Yeah, we should not be clapping right now.
He said don't clap.
No clap. Don't clap for that right now. That performance was not good. Not good.
Can you like dilate this game? Because I was in Miami and I couldn't. I was in Ohio.
Well, what do you want to dilate? What do you want to dilate?
I didn't really get to watch the game, so tell me about it. I mean, I saw that the score was fairly close, which it shouldn't have been.
Well, first off, it was 7-6 at halftime, I believe.
Yeah.
Against Wake Forest.
I was watching the score. I just didn't get a chance to sit down and watch it.
We're minus 21 at home.
Dang.
And we won by 5. Yeah. Just think about it for a second. Against Wake
So
Forest.
what was the problem? Like, whenever you sat down and watched the game, was it the offense? Was it the defense?
No, defense played phenomenal as always. If it's not for our defense, we are not as good as we are.
No. No.
Every single year. Our defense bails us out every single year. I mean.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I do. I feel like our defense, am I wrong to say that?
No, I mean, I feel like our defense
bails us out every single year. And eventually the offense either got to get on board or we're never going to get back to the top. That's just that simple. All right? First off, we went back to the Brandon Streeter offense. Just point that out there.
To the what?
Brandon Streeter's offense, yeah.
Oh.
It was a lot of lock on to one receiver. We're going to throw it to him. No discredit to what Garrett Riley did, called that game. No discredit to Cade. No discredit to anybody. I'm not discrediting anybody.
How did Cade play? Sorry.
He didn't play bad. I just think that I think a lot of these guys were coming in and overlooking and ready for this bye week. I'm not putting an excuse for them, but I am saying I feel like they were looking ahead, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
I think we played down to a level of competition with Wake Forest. Wake Forest is not very good. We should not have even been that close. Cade, what?
Sorry, by looking ahead, do you mean you think we were looking too much ahead, like thinking that we were going to come in and dominate?
100%. Because Wake is not good.
Yeah.
Wake's horrible.
Yeah.
And we went 7. And so Cade went 18 for 28, 131 yards with no passing touchdowns.
Dang.
But there was times where it was like, I still think that he's like a rookie quarterback, all right? In my opinion.
I mean, He's not, but I mean, he technically is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's going to go through these growing pains. But Cade's a great, like, next year, I'm telling everybody this now. You can go ahead and quote me on it. I don't care what anybody says. Cade can win Heisman next year. 100%.
Oh, my God.
He can. You can do whatever you want with it. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. Cade can win the Heisman Trophy next year.
What are the chances of that happening?
I think it's high. I think it's high. Dude, he has
higher than a 50% chance that Cade Klubnik wins.
No, okay. No one has a 50% chance of winning Heisman next year. Let's put it out there.
Okay, I got you. So what do you think his chances of winning are?
Like 10.
Oh. I mean, out of all college football, like, yeah, that's actually pretty high.
I know. I think he has a really good chance.
Wow.
Dude, he has not had time to get into this Garrett Riley offense. Hey, Garrett Riley has not been able to put his blueprint
Can you just say
in the
that
way
one
we
more
want
time for looking at the camera so we can just clip
the
this.
camera's a little higher today, all right? You can clip it all you want to, David. I don't care.
Say it. Say it.
Cade can win the Heisman next year. Why can he not?
I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying next year, I don't know. I don't know about next year.
Is that a crazy statement? You can be honest. Is it a crazy statement?
It's not crazy. It's just it's a hot take to say that from how our season is going now and how Cade has been playing in the future games. I'm not saying it's been awful because each game I see improvement. Although I didn't get to watch the Wake Forest game, I can't say on that game. But from each game that we've seen, I think it's a hot take to say that.
Tell me, give me his stats real quick.
From last game?
No. Give me his stats off the top of your head. No, don't look it up.
Okay,
how many picks do you think he has this year?
3.
2. How many touchdowns do you think he has this year?
Passing?
Yep.
6.
11. He's 11 for 2.
Oh.
And he has 1,400 yards now. Dude, why can he not?
He can. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying it's a hot take.
It's a hot you saying college football playoffs the highest take we ever had on here.
I think if your team is doing good, then it's going to make your QB look good, which is going to make you have a higher chance of Heisman. But I just don't. It's just not adding up to me right now, Derian. I'm sorry.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that totally. I'm just saying, I think whenever Cade gets fit in the system, Garrett Riley gets fit in the system, able to do it, this team, in particular Cade Klubnik, has a great chance to win the Heisman Trophy, is all I'm saying. You give him time. He's going to go through the growing pains this year. Look, everybody talk
crap. We're going to clip that and put that on Instagram, buddy.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do whatever you want with it. Trevor Lawrence went through the growing pains his sophomore year.
He did.
Guess what? Cade is going to go through these rookie pains. He's going to go through them. But Cade, we're not going to act like Cade's a bad quarterback.
No.
Like, people coming up to me right now, don't get me wrong, coming up to me right now saying all these people are better than Cade. Don't get me wrong. They might be right now, but Cade has so high of a potential. I don't care what anybody says. Cade Klubnik can win the Heisman Trophy next year. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I hope everybody sees that. And I don't.
Anyways, although you were saying that it was a bad game,
I don't think it was a
dub's a dub.
Yes, I don't think it's a bad game.
We dance. So.
I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think the game went as people thought. Like, our offense just looked stagnant again. And that's frustrating to watch.
I really wish I had a chance.
It's frustrating to watch. It really was. It really was frustrating to watch that game. But I think, once again, Cade is still a great quarterback. Will Shipley played great.
How did Will play, actually?
He went 19 carries, 97 yards, a touchdown. He played great. We're going to get back. It's fine. The growing pains are going to get through. And guess what? We need this off week because we need to find out who's the best receivers we can put out there with him and who's the best running back with the best offensive line we can put out there with him. And until we figure that out, we're never going to win the way we want to.
I know how to figure it out.
Through a bye week.
The transfer portal. Anyways, come on, let's do this.
That's crazy. That's insane. You better be glad you spun the wheel.
MLB.
You better be glad you spun the wheel because I was about to get on. Bro, we didn't even do where's the pick'ems, bro?
Oh, dang.
Clap for the Orioles real quick. Because they got swept.
That's sad.
Clap for them.
They did get swept.
My roommate, Mark, is one of the biggest Orioles fan I know by far.
Well, Mark, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he actually last night was wearing the Orioles shirt, walks in, and he was so sad because they were down like 6-0.
Dang.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this
bracket
how we have right now. So,
what's crazy, what stands out here to me with the bracket is the fact that Arizona's up 2-0 on the Dodgers.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's actually insane. Actually, if you could show us real quick in the camera, I can show you right here with the Dodgers. Some encouraging words from the fans I put on here yesterday.
You gotta love fans, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're so nice. First person said, "We need to start cheating." Second person said, "I'm expecting a thank you fans post tomorrow. Worst postseason team in American sports history." And what font do y'all think we're going to use for a thank you fans post? But yeah.
They're
Dodgers,
not confident.
The fan base has already given up on their team, which is very sad to see.
Which what happens? I mean, you don't win, your team, your whole fan base turns against you. No matter what sport it is, your fans turn against you if you don't win.
Yeah, that is.
Unless you're Nebraska.
No, really?
Bro, Nebraska sells out every game.
And they still
suck every year. And they sell out. I think they've sold out like 27 straight games or something, bro.
That's sad.
Like, that's wild to think about it. They keep selling out games and they suck.
That is. I mean, they got a good fan base, I guess. Orioles got swept 3-0.
Yeah, Braves.
How about them Braves?
Series tied 1-1. I told Jake and all them, I said, if y'all play the Phillies, y'all gonna lose.
What?
Y'all don't play good against the Phillies. They match up well. But the thing is,
they do match up well, but I mean,
you should have been down 2-0. Okay, let's think about something for a second. You should be down 2-0 right now. All right?
You're right.
We escaped the win, which is great. Like, I'm not bashing the Braves. I hope the Braves win. They're close. Like, I want them to win. I'm just saying that game was very, very much needed because now you got to go play at Philly.
Mm-hmm. And Bryce Harper, how's he been playing? Do you know? I haven't really been keeping up.
He sold the game. He sold the game the other night, so that tells you anything. I mean, I don't know. I just think as far as baseball goes, I think the Rangers actually maybe. I think depending on who wins between Houston, because Houston's up 2-1, I believe now.
God, I hate Houston.
Houston is probably going to be in the World Series once again.
I hate to say it, but I mean they might. But
that's a dynasty.
I hate Houston.
We're talking about a dynasty real quick.
The Atlanta Braves. We had a dynasty
negative.
building. That 2021 team, we had a dynasty building for sure.
The Astros have the dynasty right now already. Like, that thing is already, a huge dynasty.
So who do you think is going to go on top, Phillies or Braves? Let's go move on to the ALCS.
Mm-hmm. I'll go Atlanta.
Thank you. I was about to say, are you crazy?
I'll go Atlanta.
Are you nuts?
That's not crazy.
Arizona or LA?
Give me Dodgers come back.
Hey, I'm with you on that one.
I'm just kidding. I think the Diamondbacks win.
Oh, well.
I'm being real. I think the Diamondbacks win.
And you got Houston winning? Shout out to Caden Grice, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks. You say you got Houston winning?
Yeah, 100%.
Lame. Loser.
I think Houston's going to win the whole thing.
Are you serious?
Why not?
I think it'll be a Braves-Houston rematch.
You think the Braves win?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
Like,
100%.
I mean, go for it. I mean, I hope the Braves win, but
they will. I'm not worried about it.
The last two games didn't look the best.
Let me take this MLB off and let's do another spin.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I really don't know much about the MLB. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So
actually, we're just gonna do NFL, NBA. We don't need another.
We need college football pick 'em. Don't forget them.
Oh, true. NBA. NFL.
Yeah, because y'all, the Dirty Birds suck. Anyways, NFL. Cowboys looked horrible. They look horrible. I wish Cole was here, actually.
Me too.
Because the Cowboys look garbage.
God, we need
Dak Prescott was horrible. Cowboys defense got shredded. Dude.
Let's look at this beautiful picture in Atlanta, the city of Atlanta.
Why do we have that as a
Because Atlanta won this past weekend, and of course I had to throw a picture up there.
Who'd y'all play
represent the city. Who did we play?
You don't even. Oh my.
No. We played the Texans. Sorry.
You and Cole both say y'all are fans of teams.
No, I
y'all
actually
played
am
a
fan. Like, I was in Atlanta at the time. I have season tickets, but I just had a brain fart on who we played. But we played the Texans. We won by 2 points. Field goal.
Bro, y'all won by a total of 3 points in the last two games.
2 points. Yes, last 3 games, 3 points.
That's 2 games, 3 points. Wild.
Don't do that. We're winning.
Anyways, 49ers are the best team in NFL. No question. It's not even close.
Hey, they're 5-0.
Not even close. Bro, listen to how dominant real quick.
This is why Cole didn't show. I'm sorry. This is why Cole didn't come in today, because he knew we were going to get on his terrible Cowboys. They lost 42-10.
Yes.
What happened to this Cowboys defense? Sorry.
Listen to how bad this game was outmatched. the Cowboys had 8 first downs. How many do you think San Francisco had?
Cowboys had 8. San Francisco probably had about 22.
Had 25.
Oh, I was
8 to
close.
25.
Dang, that's sick.
Cowboys had 197 yards total. How many do you think San Francisco had?
Cowboys had what?
197 total.
I'm gonna put them in the 500 range.
They were in 421.
Dang.
I mean, this wasn't even a match. Like,
Nah.
they could have
That's
just
embarrassing.
took everybody out and still won by
Get rid of
30.
the franchise. Literally. I hate Cowboys fans because I don't hate them, but Cowboys fans, like, whenever they're winning, they're like, yeah, we're them boys.
We're back.
And then whenever they lose, they're just quiet. You don't hear nothing about them. Except Preston Petway. He'll post like a little sad picture or something like that. But
Preston's a real, like.
No, he is. But Cole didn't show up today. And I'm convinced that's the reason why.
Like, Preston really, like, just so everybody know, we're talking, Preston's like one of the biggest Cowboy fans I know.
Mm-hmm.
But he comes, like, he's real with stuff. Like, he's like, yeah, we suck.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Like, Cole, no disrespect to Cole, but if Cole was in here, he would be, yeah, the Cowboys are going to win out now. Like, that's not realistic.
He'll be like, it was just a bad game.
Yeah, because
like,
Dax looked horrible.
Yeah.
Like he has.
He is horrible. He's probably the worst QB in the league. Desmond Ridder is better than Dak Prescott. Desmond Ridder actually had a great game last game, so don't even.
You want to talk about hot takes?
Yeah.
Desmond Ridder is the worst quarterback in NFL.
No, he's not. I just said it's Dak Prescott.
No, realistically, who's worse than realistically?
Mac Jones.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You put Mac Jones on the Falcons?
No. I would never do that. I'm for sure keeping Desmond Ridder on the Falcons.
Why? Desmond Ridder's not good.
You haven't been seeing him play.
Yes. He's my backup fantasy quarterback. You think I haven't seen him play?
First off, I don't know why you would have that. He shouldn't be picked up on any fantasy team.
We have a 14-man league, so I have no choice.
Well, this past game, how many points did he give you?
I have no clue. I don't even care no more because he sucks. I wish I could trade him, but no one wants him.
He's better than Dak Prescott. I'm not saying he's our best QB because I'm not going to say I like him as a QB as much as I want to, but we're winning. We got a winning record.
There's no way you just said Desmond Ridder is better than Dak Prescott. There's just no way. It's not even close.
It's close.
If Dak is on the Falcons are 10.
Dak just lost by 32 points
to the best team in the NFL.
Right, but the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL also is what they like to say.
No one ever said that.
They got the best defense in the league, and they just got put up 42 points.
I don't think they had the best defense in the league.
That's what they say. That's what the Cowboys fans say.
I think the 49ers are the most complete team in the NFL by far. Great defense, great offense.
No, I'm putting the Eagles.
They were going to thrash the Eagles.
Wow.
The 49ers may go undefeated this year and win the
Eagles
Super
may
Bowl.
go undefeated this year.
Do they not have to play each other? I'm pretty sure they have to play each other, right?
When?
The 49ers and the Eagles, they have to play each other. They're both in the same conference.
Yeah, they do. But whoever wins, just know it's going to be the Eagles. Philadelphia. Philly.
So you got Philly winning in the Super Bowl again?
Yes. Philly, Kansas. Philly wins.
Philly
we talked about this
Kansas?
in the episode. Yeah. Philly, Kansas, Philly wins.
Really? Philadelphia wins.
Jalen Hurts.
Are you doing it for Philly or are you doing it for Jalen Hurts?
Doing it for Philly. Because I'm a fan of Jason Kelsey.
Philly's 49ers
I've always been a fan of him
on December 3rd, by the way.
Slander. By the way, I'm so glad that has calmed down. Because whenever I kept seeing all that Taylor Swift stuff, Derian, I was about to throw my phone across the room. It got to a point where it was bad. Like, Twitter even put on, like, the NFL Twitter even put, like, the profile picture of Taylor Swift. In the bio, it was like, we had so much fun with you this past weekend. Talking about Taylor Swift in their bio. I'm like, bro, can't do that.
Do you not think Taylor Swift made the NFL more popular?
Gosh, I hate to say that, but yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
I think
she did, unfortunately. I'm sorry to any Swifties listening.
You could throw a Barbie doll in a box at an NFL game, and it's going to make the NFL more popular to girls. Little girls, maybe, who like Barbie dolls.
David,
I don't know where I'm going with this.
You're going to catch so much heat. I'm just want to point that out. I just want to point out you're going to catch so much heat.
I'm saying, like, Taylor Swift, of course it's Taylor Swift, and she's got all these Swifties, but, bro, like, the ones who didn't know who Travis Kelce was before Taylor Swift, it's just annoying. Like, I don't know. It just got to me.
Well, do you think...
But although she did boost Travis Kelce's money up, his jersey percentage
400%.
Yeah, I mean,
why?
the NFL got way more money because of her, but I mean, I'll give her a prop. She's famous, but it just got annoying. It just got so
annoying. Did you see where Donna Kelsey said that it was okay? Like she was like, "How would the hangout tell?" So she goes, "It was okay."
I did not see that. That's funny. Unfortunately, Travis Kelce just got hurt too.
He's good now. He's good.
Oh, okay.
Should it be panic in Buffalo right now?
No, there should be no panic in Buffalo.
Why?
They lost to the Jaguars. That was our first loss, right?
No, second.
Second loss.
Mm-hmm.
But the Jaguars are looking good, so I'm not gonna say there's gonna be panic in Buffalo. The Jaguars are looking good. Trevor looks complete. Travis Etienne looks complete. I'm just saying them too because, they're Clemson.
Calvin Ridley looked good too.
I was about to say Calvin Ridley looks complete too.
Go back to that picture real quick. Think about dressing up as that dude.
That was in London actually.
Yeah, I know. They played London in the past 2 games. But think about that.
Us in London.
Think about dressing up as that dude right there in the Jaguars full outfit.
I would do it. I mean, he went there, he dressed out, and they got a dub. So good for him.
David, you would never in a million years do that.
I'd do it for $1 million.
That's the only thing you would do it for.
Yep.
But Trevor Lawrence is playing good, so I mean, I'm not going to say it's panic, but they lose one of the next 2 games, then there's time to panic. They play the Giants and Patriots in the next 2 games.
They're not going to lose to the Giants, though, and they're not going to lose to the Patriots.
I'm just saying if they do. Justin Fields. Talk about him for a second. Game of his life. Game of his career, not his life. But Justin Fields went 282 for 4 touchdowns. 230 of those yards went to DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Who I was playing in fantasy, by the way, and I cannot stand him.
I have him on fantasy
right now.
49 points. But anyways,
that 5,000, 1,500 yard thing is insane.
Yeah, it is 5,000.
I did not even know that. Oh, go back to that real quick. Can I see that real quick? 5,000 passing yards and 1,500
already
in the first 30 starts.
Already, that's insane.
Fourth quarterback. Wow.
Since the 1970 merger to reach that milestone in the first 30 starts.
So they just need to go get some weapons for him. They got DJ Moore finally, but he's probably playing good. But
so before this game with DJ Moore, then what was the issue? Was he just not throwing the ball? Was DJ Moore hurt?
No. So he just didn't get the ball.
Well, I mean that's his fault. But then again, last year he wasn't the best either. So, but DJ Moore wasn't on the team last year, was he?
Nope, he was with Carolina.
Yeah, that's right.
I just think that they just get more weapons for him, and when they do that, then they'll be good.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think about the picks? It's like, did you have what picks did we have this week for NFL? Didn't we have? I swear we had like 3 games we wanted to talk about. I just don't remember what games they were. The Lions were one, but I don't remember who the Lions were playing. I think the Lions are playing the Ravens.
No, that's next. That's the week after this upcoming week.
Oh, okay. So
I didn't even put them on here.
Oh, we're good then.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's talk for a second. Then you want to spend? Well, we're gonna just call football pick'ems.
Yeah, let's just do these pick'ems real quick.
College football pick'ems.
Talk NBA.
Yeah. All right. College football as a whole pick'ems. We love doing these just because we're gonna put up a stat next week of who has picked the best games and like the records. So be ready for that because I'm gonna go out on top just so everybody knows.
No, you're not, Derian.
You've picked Colorado every week, so you're dead. Your dag, I'm sure, not making it.
I will forever pick Colorado. You're lucky they're not on this list right now.
But
I would have picked them anyway.
Oregon versus Washington. Michael Penix versus Bo Nix. Who do you have, David?
I got Bo Nix. I'm going with Oregon.
Going with Oregon.
I'm going with Oregon because I like Bo Nix. I think he's a great quarterback. I think they have a good team.
Name another player. Since they have a good team, name another player on their team.
Bo Nix.
Who's their head coach?
Bo Nix.
So they have such a good team. You can't even tell me who their head coach is.
I've seen them
Dan
play.
Lanning, by the way.
I don't know. I didn't know I was supposed to study Oregon's whole.
I'm not saying. I was just asking you a simple question.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not a college football guru.
Well, I go Washington. The reason I'm picking Washington is at Washington, which is the main factor. I have no clue other than Michael Penix Jr. I think Michael Penix Jr. is a better quarterback than Bo Nix.
Who else do they have on their team?
I have no clue. I just said I have no clue. I just said I have no clue.
What's their coach's name?
I have no clue about their coach either.
Oh, okay, Derian. Okay, Derian. Appreciate it.
I didn't say they were good. I'm just saying they're better than Oregon. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
Next game, USC Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
That's blasphemy. Blasphemy.
You're putting USC?
I think.
USC at Notre Dame?
Yeah, it's at Notre Dame, but still blasphemy, bro. They just got thrashed, bro.
They did. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going with Caleb Williams.
I was gonna say, bro, USC's gonna thrash.
I'm going with Caleb Williams. USC.
Not go thrash them. Not go thrash them. I'm gonna take it back.
Didn't their last game? Didn't they go to overtime last game?
Yeah, 3 overtimes because they have no defense.
Yeah, so
you know, actually, it could be a toss up either way. I think either USC. It's gonna be a close game no matter what.
You know what? I'm thinking it's gonna be a upset. So I'm gonna go Notre Dame for real. Seriously, and I think I'll be right about that.
I did not want to go Notre Dame, and I said it was blasphemy at the beginning. But dude, USC plays no defense.
Exactly. After I thought about that 3 overtime.
Yeah, I was like, I might have to I'd be forgetting that they have no defense. So I said blasphemy. I'm sorry, David. I gotta agree with you. I'm sorry. A&M at Tennessee.
Joe Milton.
A&M's gonna have a heartbreaker too against Bama, bro. Like absolutely heartbreaker. Like they should have won that game. And Tennessee's coming off a bye. They're rested up.
Oh yeah. Tennessee's gonna come in hot.
Tennessee's gonna win. I don't think it's gonna be close. I think Tennessee blows them out. Unfortunately.
I don't know about a blowout, but I'll say them.
Let me tell you this though. You know Tennessee plays next week?
Who?
Alabama.
Ooh.
So Tennessee may be looking ahead to Alabama. I'm just saying.
You think they'd beat Alabama?
We'll talk about next week.
Yeah. USC Miami.
Oh.
UNC Miami.
UNC. Drake May is playing great again.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal right now. So he's
got 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Well, he had 4 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns last game. So it's huge. He's finally back.
I got you.
Miami lost. You see how Miami lost this weekend, David?
I didn't. I didn't get to watch any football.
Bro, he couldn't need the ball. They had like 40 seconds or something. I can't remember. He couldn't need the ball. And he ran it, and they fumbled.
Oh, yes, I did see that. I saw it all over social media.
Bro, that was insane.
And one of the linemen were like sitting on the bench. He was like, "What are we doing?" He was like crying and stuff.
I would have been crying too because that's horrible.
That's insane. That's insane coaching. That made me mad from watching it. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I'll go UNC. Next game is Auburn LSU. Auburn also last game. They come off a bye. Auburn's last game was against Georgia, and it was a heartbreaker against Georgia because they should have beat Georgia.
So they're
and LSU
like
just got a big win. LSU just got a big win against Missouri. But let's point out, I agree with home field advantage. So it was at Auburn when they played Georgia. So this is at LSU though. So it's a little different.
I'm putting LSU 22.
I will go to upset. I'm gonna go Auburn.
Really?
Yep. I'm gonna go upset.
Okay.
I think Auburn's good.
South Carolina.
The quarterback sucks, but
Florida.
South Carolina, Florida. I don't know. I don't know who to pick here. But I know I have Clemson on my chest. Go South Carolina.
You said what? You have Clemson on your chest, but you're going to go South Carolina?
Yeah. I don't want to pick the Gamecocks. I hate the game. Hate them, but
I'm going to put Florida because I feel like South Carolina's going to choke, per usual.
Yeah, but Florida sucks too, so.
That's true. I'm putting Alabama against
But guess what? You know what this month is, David?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's what you're talking about.
It is. But if you see that's a fact. That's a fact.
Are you talking about October?
Yeah, but you know how they always say Cocktober? You ain't heard that yet? Have you not heard that yet? I'm just saying. Have you not heard that yet?
No.
They think it's the funniest, best thing ever. They think it's the best thing ever, and I think it's the dumbest thing ever.
I think it's kind of funny.
Ain't no way you think that's funny. Hey, but real quick, did you see what Shane Beamer said in his press conference?
No. What did he say?
So he was like, I understand why everybody think we should go 10-3 or whatever we should go. But realistically, basically what I took away from it, I don't know what everybody else took away from it, but what I took away from it was he said realistically, he said we should go basically 6 or 7. He said realistically, that's what I took away from it. He said that we should not be shocked that they go 6 and 7, basically. And that's wild to me that your head coach, who everybody loves, is basically saying we're not good enough.
Yeah, that we're going to lose games.
Yeah, that's basically what he said.
That's not what you want to hear from a head coach. It's not what you want to hear at all.
Not bashing him. I think Shane Beamer's a fine coach. I think he's a great coach.
I think he's good for South Carolina as a whole. I think he's a great coach when it comes to.
They found their Dabo, and that's good for them.
Yeah, they did. And I think that he's actually building a brotherhood like in USC. Like I can tell that their team is like
getting better.
Good as a whole, and like they're with each other. But let's talk about Alabama, Arkansas.
Arkansas has never beat Alabama with Nick Saban.
Yeah, that's why I'm putting Alabama.
Yeah, gotta go Bama. All right, last game. UCLA, Oregon State.
DJ's been playing good, bro.
Dude, DJ had 5 touchdowns, 275 yards last game. He went insane.
He's been playing good.
Great.
I'm gonna put down Oregon State. If DJ keeps that up, keeps it up, I'm putting down Oregon State.
Dr. Burns, if you see this, just know I picked your alumni, so I'm going UCLA. Just because, I doubted Dr. Burns last week. He said pick him, and I didn't. This week, I'm going to go with him. I picked Washington State. you know. So we'll go with UCLA. David, real quick, we're going to NBA real quick. Who are your college football playoff teams right now?
College football playoffs?
Yeah, right now.
How many can I name?
4.
Colorado. Colorado.
All right, dude. Colorado's not making it, so 4 for real.
I'm putting Colorado. Because I said Whatever. I was going to put down Colorado. I'm putting down Colorado.
Whatever.
Georgia.
Okay.
Michigan.
Okay.
And
Boomer.
And who?
Boomer Sooner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Mine's going to be 100% going to go right now. If I pick 4 teams right now, it'd be Georgia, Michigan, Florida State, and Oklahoma.
Yeah, if I didn't put down
right now. As of right now. But I don't know if that's the same. I'm just curious on what you were thinking.
Very quickly, let's just get into NBA before we have our guests on. I don't know what to say about Jimmy Butler. He
one of a kind.
Something else.
He's one of a kind.
He's reminding me of our time's era of Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman was almost similar to him back in the day. I remember I don't remember because I don't even know if I was born yet, but he had like dressed up in a whole dress and like walked downtown New York or something like that the whole time. Had paparazzi all around him, and he always had his hair different. He was just different for the NBA. But this is his second year
doing some weird
stuff like this in the media. Can you just go back on this picture? Like, I don't even. Someone was like, "What are you?" He was like, "I'm emo." And someone was like, "How are you feeling?" He was like, "I don't know how I'm feeling," or something like that. I was like, "Bro, what is up with you?" But last year he had like dreads or something, and he was a whole different person. But NBA has been started cooking up. I think yesterday was the first night of preseason games, I believe. Yep. Atlanta Hawks came out with a dub. Of course, I got to shout them out. I know the Charlotte Hornets came out with a dub. Actually, we have the scores right here. The Mavericks lost to Real Madrid. 128 to 126. It's preseason, but I mean, starters are still playing, and regardless,
yes, but
this
like
is the NBA.
5 minutes.
I do not care. We're the NBA. We should not be losing at Real Madrid.
I'm just saying, it's freaking preseason. I don't care.
I understand. And
no one wants to watch us anyways. But that team, everyone wants to watch right there.
No.
Best team in the NFL, no questions asked. And guess who else? Bobby freaking Portis.
Who's their big three? Okay, Giannis, Dame, and who you putting? Chris or Brooke?
Chris, 100%.
I agree.
Brooke's good though. Brooke's really good, like really freaking good.
This is just like
crazy.
Gosh.
And then not to mention, so I don't know. That's crazy. They're crazy that they left out Pat Connaughton. I'm just saying. I understand that he is not one of those big 4, but Pat Connaughton is good. Like, how are we going to leave Pat Connaughton out of this picture?
I don't know.
Do you even know who Pat Connaughton is?
Yes.
Okay, I was making sure. But Pat Connaughton is not even in there. And not to mention, we picked up Jay Crowder as well, dude.
That's true. Y'all did pick up Jay Crowder.
And we picked up Cameron Payne, bro. Like, the Bucks are winning it all, dude. Stop acting.
The Bucks are not. I'm sorry. The Bucks are not winning it all.
Who's winning it all?
Who do you think?
The Falcons. Hawks definitely ain't winning it all. The Hawks suck.
ATL.
Will the Hawks win?
The Hawks do not suck. What makes you think the Hawks
will
suck?
Will the Hawks win more than 40 games this year?
Absolutely.
Trae Young is overrated.
It's not just Trae Young.
Trae Young is overrated.
Okay, bro, I'm not finna hear this.
Trae Young's horrible, actually. DeJounte Murray's better than Trae Young.
Let's talk about Chris Paul to the Warriors. This makes no sense to me.
Why?
I think this was the dumbest trade ever.
Why?
Chris Paul is about time for him to. Can you show the picture of Chris Paul real quick? He doesn't even look right in a Golden State Warriors uniform.
First off, where did this picture get taken at?
Media day.
Dude, like, why are you wearing white jersey with white background?
I don't know. But
you can't even see his arm. I'm sorry. We're talking.
But I mean, I'm just Chris Paul to the Warriors. Like, why do they need that second? Like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna start? Not start over Curry, but like, is he really gonna come off the bench? Chris Paul, you think he's gonna allow that?
He's gonna have to. He did it last year.
Right.
He did it last year for some games.
We don't have to look at him much longer.
But do you not think Chris Paul's good?
No, I think he's washed up.
He may be washed, but you don't think he's good?
I think he's trying to hang in there with LeBron and try to make a statement that, yeah, I'm old too. I can do this just as much as you can. Although they're like best friends, but no. Chris Paul, I'm sorry, but it's about your time was up. He had his ring chances. He didn't really get them.
He would have had a ring with Kobe if they would have allowed it.
But
think about that for a second.
How?
They blocked it. They blocked the trade.
Why?
Davis, because he said they didn't want overpowered teams.
Oh, well, that's that. Anyways, Chris Paul, I'm like, bro, I don't think he's going to do much this season. I think he's going to ride the bench. Once Curry's tired of running around doing people dirty, he'll be like, all right, Chris, your time's up. Go ahead, Chris. Get in there, Chris.
All right, well, let me ask you this. Who do you have in the NBA championship. NBA finals. Who do you have?
To keep it 100% with
Don't
you,
say
Darren.
the Hawks. Please don't say the Hawks. I mean,
Darren,
100%.
to keep it 100% with you.
All right. I need you to stop trolling. Don't troll here. I need you to be real. We can make a parody one after.
Darian, to keep it 100% with you, my boy.
All right, I'm listening.
I'm putting the Atlanta Hawks
Versus who?
versus the Suns. We're going to beat them.
The Hawks won't even make the playoffs. But anyways.
Oh, my gosh. The Bucks aren't going to make the playoffs. The Bucks are going to look like this huge this like mega team that everyone's going to be like, oh, my God, like, I can't wait to watch them. I can't wait to play with them at 2K. But it's not going to fall. It's not going to be good. It's going to be like another Brooklyn Nets situation.
And you believe that? You believe that because of what reason?
With Kyrie and KD.
Why do you believe that?
I just have a feeling that's what's going to happen.
Let me ask you this: who's taking shots away from Damian Lillard?
Giannis.
How?
Giannis likes to shoot.
Since when? Since when does he like to shoot?
If Giannis, okay, that's a good point.
Who's taking shots away from Damian Lillard?
Chris Middleton.
He's gonna still do the same thing. There's no different.
I think that Damian. I love him as a player. He's one of my favorite players. But he's gonna go in and make a statement like, "Yeah, I'm just as good as y'all's big man."
I don't think he thinks he's good as Giannis.
He doesn't. He doesn't think that. But
I think that they would not have put Damian Lillard here if they did not think that he was going to work well with his team. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Damian didn't even want to go there. He wanted to go to Miami. Should have let him go to Miami.
No, we should not have because then we would got beat again, and I don't want that to happen.
Oh.
It's sad. Yeah, I know. Bro, and we got Robin Lopez. Let's talk about that. We got the other Lopez brother.
Y'all have both the brothers?
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you real quick, David?
Y'all have both the Giannis's.
Donis.
Donis. Y'all have all three of them, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think we got a Lakers one too. Yeah. But real quick before we head off, David, who's the best quarterback of all time? Skill wise?
Yeah. Michael Vick.
No, so me and David had this argument about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness!
And I think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback skill-wise.
No, you're wrong.
That's just crazy.
When did we have this conversation? Was it on the podcast?
Week. It was last week. No, we didn't have it on the podcast.
Okay, well, tell them the crazy statement that you're saying right here, Darian.
I don't remember what was the statement.
You said that Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback to ever go to the NFL.
The greatest skill quarterback to go to the NFL. Yes, I agree.
You're kidding me.
I'm being serious. I'm being so serious right now.
Darian with the hot takes today is actually blowing my mind.
Just like I'm going to tell you. Want to hear another one hot take?
Aaron Rodgers.
You hear another hot take? Bro, if Aaron Rodgers was on the Jets right now, the Jets are so good.
Oh my gosh. That's different. But you saying that Aaron Rodgers is the most highly skilled quarterback to ever.
It's either him or Peyton Manning.
You're kidding. You're just not going to throw Michael Vick in there?
Michael Vick
Tom Brady? You didn't even say Tom Brady.
Because Tom Brady skillfully is not the best quarterback.
I'm not saying it, Darian.
He's the greatest quarterback of all time, not the best quarterback of all time. That's different. That's very different.
What?
Bro, just prime example, all right? The reason Tom Brady is the best, if Tom Brady did not win 8 whatever rings or whatever he did, he would not be the greatest of all time. Right?
Of course, but he's been winning, so he's the greatest of all time.
The reason everybody thinks he's so good is because he wins.
That's what makes you good, correct? Winning makes you good.
Now, let me ask you this. Who's the greatest of all time in basketball? You like LeBron.
I'm not going to say Bill Russell.
No, you said LeBron. No, I did not you say LeBron. You think LeBron.
Did LeBron come out my mouth?
But you always say LeBron is.
No, I always say Michael is, because Michael is.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to say Bill Russell, although he has those rings.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. Is LeBron not better skillfully than Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I mean with the same thing with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers skillfully is better than Tom Brady.
But I still cannot agree with you on that. That's crazy.
You think Tom Brady skillfully is better than Aaron Rodgers?
I think his IQ, which is skill. I think his arm, which is skill. The only thing I don't put him in is getting out of the pocket, but he doesn't need it. He didn't need it.
If you put Aaron Rodgers on the Patriots with how the defense that Tom Brady had, the coach that Tom Brady had, not to mention the weapons that Tom Brady had, you put Aaron Rodgers in that, and Aaron Rodgers will be the same as that thing. Is all I'm saying.
I'm sick.
Is all I'm saying.
I'm sick.
That's all I'm
I'll
saying.
put Desmond Ridder over Aaron Rodgers.
You're just not doing that. But
that is it, Darian. That's just all
right. Well, we can hop off. All I'm saying though is Aaron Rodgers is the most skillful quarterback ever.
end the sports segment on that crazy take right there.
That's fine. You can end it on that. Also, Penn State making college football playoff, just so everybody knows. But go on.
Anyways, we're going to take a quick break, but coming up, who do we have, Derian? We got a special guest coming up.
We have B.T Potter coming up.
That's right, we do.
Cannot wait to talk to B.T about his college football experience and how he went through the different, channels of getting to the NFL, recruiting process, and just...
And basically what's next for him. So.
Yeah. So tune in for the next segment.
Welcome back to the second segment. Today we already said it, we got B.T Potter, legend kicker for Clemson football from 2018 through 2022. He completed his career going 23 of 97 on field goals and 234 of 235 on PATs, which is 99.6%, which is an insane stat, by the way. He left Clemson holding 8 records: field goals made, PATs made, points by a kicker, consecutive PATs made, starts by a place kicker, yards on field goals of 40+, and field goals of 50+ yards. Going straight at it, BT, I know I asked you this before we had the technical difficulties. How does it feel to know that you're most likely going to be in the Hall of Fame at Clemson football? And Clemson in general.
Man, I wish that would be cool. But just thankful for the career that I did have.
For sure. Clemson. Staying humble for sure. Just the way to go.
BT, talk a little bit about getting to Clemson and how that recruiting process went.
Yeah, so really the recruitment for me didn't really start until probably my junior year of high school, really like that summer going into my senior year. Whenever I started going to the college's football camps. And then really their big thing is they just want to see you kick in person.
Yeah.
And that's really whenever you start to get offers. But for me, Clemson was the first camp that I went to, and they offered me, and I knew right then that's where I wanted to go. So I kind of shut it down then and committed to Clemson.
So you were the number 1 kicker in the nation at that time, correct?
I believe so. So
you most likely would have had way more offers if it wasn't for you just go ahead and committing to Clemson. What made you choose Clemson? What was it about Clemson where you were like, okay, yeah, this is exactly where I want to be?
Yeah, so growing up in South Carolina, and my dad is actually from Iowa, which is not too Clemson. So
of course, the great town of Iowa. I'm sorry to interrupt, but great town of Iowa.
You know it, but with him being a Clemson fan, I grew up a Clemson fan, and truthfully, during that period, whenever I was coming out of high school, Clemson was top tier and still is top tier. But knowing that I was going to go to my dream school and also get to play on a team that has a really good chance to win a national championship, I thought there's nowhere better to be.
For sure. That's understandable.
Now, you grew up playing soccer, correct?
I did.
So talk about a little bit why you did not think you could go play soccer professionally. Or, in college.
Just honestly, I was not that good at soccer. And, I started playing football in 8th grade, and at that time I was still really big into soccer. And I was playing in another town over, so it was like a 35, 40-minute ride to and from practice. And so I was leaving football practice, going straight to soccer practice, and then I wasn't getting home until 10 at night, and I realized that it was tough. And at that time, I really did realize that, if I'm wanting to play sports at the college level, I have a way better chance of playing football. And also my love transitioned to football from soccer. And, I had a lot more fun playing football at that time, and still do.
Yeah. So saying that you're from Iowa.
He's not from Iowa. His dad's from Iowa.
Okay, sorry. From South Carolina, being from South Carolina. Did you grow up a Clemson fan, or were you
I did.
you were a South Carolina Clemson fan?
Definitely. So I'm from Rock Hill, which is it's like an hour from Columbia, and like 2:15 from Clemson.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people from or for both sides, South Carolina and Clemson. But I was always a Clemson fan.
Did you ever go to the games thinking that you are dreaming of kicking in Death Valley, or were you?
No, honestly, no. And I
imagine?
didn't really make it to many Clemson games as a kid, but I do remember my first game. Actually, yeah, my first game, I went with a buddy that I grew up with, and we were sitting in the upper deck. And I don't remember much about it, but I do remember that it was so hot. I guess we were on the away side, and the sun was beaming on us. And we left at halftime because we were so hot.
Oh, yeah, it gets hot in there.
Seriously, like at that time, like I had no clue and really didn't even think that one day I would play football. I just had no clue.
Now, what would you tell someone who is trying to basically make it as a kicker? Like someone in high school right now, let's say they're trying to make it. What would you say to them?
My advice would be to have fun. Kicking specifically gets a lot harder when you're not having fun. When it starts to feel like a chore or like a job, and you start to get a whole lot more technical rather than just having fun, that really takes the joy away from it, and it becomes a lot harder. So I would just say, have fun, go out there and, create good relationships with your friends, and really just take advantage of being able to play at the high school level with people that you grew up with, because those are definitely some of the best times.
So whenever you said it can make it a lot harder, I know I asked you this not too long ago. I said being a kicker for Clemson or for anyone, people look at kickers as like one of the easiest. Well, people that don't kick look at it as one of the easiest positions because at practice they think that you just go out there and just kick the ball all day. My question is like, how stressful can it get, and how nerve-wracking can it get if, say, like the game's on the line and it's just like on the kicker. So like how nerve-wracking is it for a miss to happen, and how nerve-wracking is it like walking up to the field to make that game-winning kick?
Yeah, so that has a lot to do with your mindset and how you look at it. It can either go one way or the other, and most of the time that comes from how you think and just like your mental makeup. So obviously those situations come with a lot of pressure and a lot of nerves, but you try to block that out as much as you can. And one thing a quote that I've always relied on and look back on is whenever you get in high pressure situations, you rely on your habits. And so I feel like, if you prepare well and you create those good habits, whenever you get to those situations, literally all you have to do is just rely on your preparation and the habits you created for yourself, and then that pressure just fades away.
Right.
Now, have you talked to Robert Gunn or Whitesney?
Yeah.
I mean, I know, obviously, you're close with Whites, obviously, but especially Robert Gunn being a freshman is kind of tough. So have you talked to them at all?
Yeah. So, I spent a year with Robert, and he's a good friend of mine. And, I've talked to him a good bit. And, looking back on my career, so I guess it was my sophomore year. My freshman year, all I did was kick off. So there wasn't much there. But my sophomore year, I struggled a lot. And, I kind of see him going through the same thing. And, just trying to encourage him and let him know that better times are ahead.
Yeah.
For sure. And truthfully, whenever you come out of a storm like that, you're really grateful for it because of what it teaches you, and really what it teaches you in football and just in life. I don't think I would be where I am today if I didn't struggle like I did. So
Right.
just really trying to encourage him and let him know that better days are ahead.
So I want to hear some stories. Like, I know probably one of your best memories maybe is breaking the record for the longest longest kick in a national football game. Oh, national championship game, yeah. What's one of your top moments like that you were like most proud of? Like, yeah, I did that.
Man, it's tough. So I have like a couple personal, like, going back to my sophomore year, I had a bad game and I got benched. And then the next weekend we were at Louisville, and I wasn't starting. I really wasn't expecting to play, but it ended up being the first field goal. Coach Twinney called me and wanted me to kick it, and I ended up making it. And that was a meaningful kick for me as a person, and one that I look back on often. Is I was going through it, and not that I had it figured out by the next week, but it just gave me a reminder that, like, I can do this, and just keep working, put your head down and go to work, and good things will come. And then another one, just a couple more moments, I would say. I guess it was the year after that. We played at Notre Dame, and it was a close game, which was something that I was not used to at Clemson in the first two and a half years. And it ended up, I think I kicked 4 field goals, and they were all pretty much like crucial points of the game. And so that kind of gave me some confidence after that, like I felt like I belonged. And then I would say, I don't know. Those are two definitely of the moments I look back on. And then, like, team wise, it was just, I've looked back on this recently. The national championship in 2018, I had no clue what was going on. I thought we had a good team, but I didn't know much about college football whatsoever. And now looking back, I'm like, look at the guys that were on that team. Like,
stacked.
We were.
Y'all were stacked.
There's just ain't no other way to say it, is it? I mean, it was an insane roster.
Sorry. Go ahead. You brought up national championship. Can you just explain like how, like, that feeling of like even traveling to go there and like being in front of that crowd, like how is it like playing in front of that many people and on that big of a stage
against a Bama team that was also stacked?
Yeah, it was cool, for sure. And looking back, it's honestly even cooler, just thinking about what all we did. But going to that national championship was just, it was amazing. And then you get out there on the fields and warm-ups, and you look at who they have, and then you look at what the score was, and it's just unbelievable. And then everything that comes with winning a national championship was awesome as well. Yeah. As far as coming back, we're getting back early in the morning, and there's just like seas of Clemson fans out there welcoming us back. Yeah. And then also like the parade. That was one of the coolest things. Getting to be a part of that. And then also going to the White House. That was. I
forgot y'all gonna be Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was. I was actually sick going there, and it was snowing, and I was not feeling well. But we were in the White House, and then you hear like a helicopter coming in, and everybody's like, "Oh, there's the president," and he just walked. And we got to go into like the Oval Office.
Sick. Wasn't that the McDonald's meals? Yeah, I remember that going viral.
Yeah, it was.
I bet those Big Macs were hitting though. I love a nice Big Mac.
All right, well, let's move over to like a little bit of your NFL. The combine. Talk a little bit about the combine and how how does the combine really work? Like, no one knows about how the combine works other than
Right.
people
Yeah.
go through
No,
it.
it's cool. Definitely another one of those things that I'd always thought of. But being a kicker, it's like you don't really get to the combine.
Yeah.
Like it's a like I think there was 5 of us there. And I just one of those things that I thought would never happen. And so it was definitely a dream come true. And it was a really cool experience. You get there and some of the days are really long. I think like the first day it's all like medical stuff, which is at the stadium. And then the next day you wake up and it's the same thing, but you go to a hospital and you sit at a hospital. Depending on how many injuries you've had, you can be there all day.
Jeez.
And then and then you get like at nighttime. There's like 3 hours, and you go back to the stadium and you just meet with teams and they kind of pick your brain a little bit and want to know what you're about. And that was pretty cool. And then also just a lot of the like downtime, I got to get to know the other players, and I thought that was really cool. And I built some relationships while I was there that I'll look back on and enjoy.
Let me ask you this. All right, so we hear about the questions that are asked at the combine. Obviously don't name nobody, but what was you think the hardest question was?
I don't know. I really didn't get any tough ones. Definitely just like the typical questions. But really, I didn't get asked any that were like making me nervous. I was scared. I was honestly, before I went, I was like, what are these things they're going to ask me? Like, I don't know. But I met with like a public speaking person before I went, which I think is pretty like universal. I think a lot of people do that just so you're more confident speaking in front of those kind of people.
Did they provide that for you, or did you have to like hire someone to help you with that?
No, it was like through my agency.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So we.
Yeah. The Steelers. So when did you know that the Steelers were like? How does that contract with the Steelers, like, how does that stuff work? Like, when you go there, obviously, so just talk about a little bit about the Steelers.
Yeah. So, I was the first time I communicated with them was like at our pro day at Clemson. Also, I talked to them at the combine, but then it's a little more personal at our pro day. Like, I went to dinner with them and just talked to them a little bit, and then leading up to the draft, I heard from them a little bit, and then after the draft was over, they told me they were gonna offer me a spot to come up there and compete, and I was just excited to be there. And then I guess it's 2 weeks after fly up and get started. Right when you get there, it's rookie mini camp, and I think that's 3 days. Like, I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just getting used to everything, and after that, you start with OTAs, which is like pretty much like player-led practice, and then stayed up there until I think it was about the end of June, maybe like June 23rd or something, and then you get pretty much the month of July off. Just came back home, went on vacation and stuff, and went back up to Pittsburgh. But they do their camp at a small college outside of Pittsburgh, and I thought it was amazing. We were staying in dorms. Everything was right there, which I thought was really cool because I got to know a lot of people way better than I did, just because we were around each other all the time, and it was really cool. So I really enjoyed that.
So I guess being I don't know what I'm trying to get.
Well,
so
let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Is it at St. Vincent, right? Is that where you played?
Yeah.
So I actually had a professor. I know this is out the wall. My history professor played football at St. Vincent.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's
so
crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, and he played there, which was insane. But yeah, I just thought about that. I'm sorry, that was off topic.
Yeah, no. When we were there, they were like towards the end of it. They were starting their like fall camp for them, and so it was pretty cool. Because like looking at them, and it reminded me of me playing, and it was just like, man, I truly remember when I was them, and this was just a dream. So getting to see that, gives you perspective and really just makes you grateful for where you are.
Yeah.
So, gosh, I lost my question again. Jeez, what was I about to ask?
Is it about Steelers?
Oh, basically.
There we go.
So after all this has happened, what's next for you? Are you still doing workouts, or are you still kicking on the usual? What's next?
So right now I'm kicking 3 days a week. I'm living in Greenville now, staying ready in case something happens. But just truly just enjoying life, which is so nice.
For sure.
It's been fun to talk to the guys in Clemson and try to help them out while also trying to make myself better.
Right.
But it's been fun to be able to kind of see like Clemson games from a fan's perspective.
Oh yeah, I bet. One last question for me. I don't know if Derian has anything else. So on record, we see that your longest field goal is 52 yards. Off record, that we haven't seen yet, is there much longer than that? Like, what's your longest field goal?
Yeah, realistically, I think that I can hit like 60, 64, 65 and in.
Gosh, it's insane.
Nowadays. But like back in high school, there was these camps, and you would just see how far you can hit them from. And I think I hit one from like 67 or
in high school.
Yeah. Balls are a little bit different in high school. They're lighter and they fly a lot further.
Okay, balls are, regardless, it's still insane. It's crazy. That makes sense of why you're number one in the nation, though, I guess.
Now, so have you taught any other? This is my last question, but have you taught any other NFL teams recently?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple. Just it hasn't really worked out yet. So like right now, what you go through is they'll call and they want you to come work out. So it'll be like, just say, for example, Thursday or Wednesday night. Thursday night, they'll give you a call and you'll fly out there and work out. And if the workout goes well, they'll sign you and you'll play on Sunday or whichever day they play. Mm-hmm. So most of the times when that happens, either like their kicker could be hurt or it could be sick and they're just not 100% sure if he'll play that weekend. So you just stay ready for that and see what happens.
Yeah, well, BT, I think that's all we got. I appreciate you a lot. I'm sorry that last time it was technical difficulties, but this time it should have went very smooth. But yeah, I appreciate you a lot.
Appreciate it, BT. Wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
For sure, you too.
Sure.
So
recording stopped.
There goes that with BT. I think we're still going correct.
We are.
That was BT Potter. And that will wrap up episode 3. Shout out to Keith White per usual. Shout out to 89.5. Shout out to the people behind the cameras helping us out. Shout out to BT. Shout out to Cole for not showing up because the Cowboys lost. And that's a wrap.
See you guys.